Hello everyone, welcome to What If Rimuru Becomes Guy's Slave and Wants Revenge Part 1. Before we start, please go support Dinejro for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. Chapter 1 Rimuru Stats. Name: Rimurutempest. Race: Primordial Glutton, an unknown race that has 3 evolutions. Glutton, Primordial Glutton, and True Glutton. Title: None. App: 6.694.200. Resistances: Natural Element Nullification, Status Element Nullification, Physical Attack Nullification, Spiritual Attack Resistance, Holy Demonic Resistance. Ultimate Skill: Knowledge Lord Raphael, Gluttony King Beelzebub. Human Form: Male Female. Male Form: grants more strength and durability. Female Form: higher speed, agility, and more willpower. Chapter 2 New Partner. IPOV. It's been quite a few years since my game with Rudra started. I established the Demon Lords, which include Ramirez Fairy of the Labyrinth, Milim Nava the Destroyer, and me Guy Crimson Lord of Darkness. And if today's Walpurgis school goes according to plan, I can add 2 more to the list. But I don't believe that this will be enough. What do you think Rudra is planning? I asked my partner, the Wide-Ice Dragon Velzard. Honestly, I've never been one for planning. Just ask Rimuru, he's much better than us. Wasn't that the whole point of pulling him out of those ruins? Velzard said. Yeah, you're right, I was really lucky to find him. Ever since he swore his loyalty and became my subordinate, all this planning has become super easy. I honestly feel bad for Rudra, I said. But he did resist a lot in the beginning. It took a whole month of torture to finally surrender to me. But it was worth it in the end. I say with a smile. Rimuru Pov. I'm sitting in my room thinking about my plans when someone knocks on my door. And the door opens and Rain enters the room. Rimuru, Guy-sama called you. Rain. Thanks, I'll be right there. What does this bitch want this time? I stand up and walk towards the balcony. Ever since I became Guy's subordinate, I have been forced to use my female body and wear military clothing. Although I could change into any gender, I would still prefer to be male. And Guy knows this, that's why he made me use my female body. But I just have to endure. Guy believes that I am completely submissive and I must keep it that way. You called my lord, I say in bow. Yes, I would like to hear your opinion about our game with Rudra, he said. What do you think Rudra's plan is? Rudra said he would fight with humans. The only way for a human to gain power equal to or greater than a true demon lord is for him or her to become a true saint. I answer him. I see. So if this were you, what would be the most effective way to achieve this evolution? He asks. A human becomes a saint only when he pushes his mind and body to the absolute limit to completely break through the mental barrier and become a spiritual life form, I explain. You just have to collect humans who have met all the conditions to evolve into saints and expose them to a traumatic experience. I would put them in an army of small fries and let the weak ones be killed. When they see their comrades dead on the battlefield, the trauma should cause them to evolve. I explain. I see, thank you, you can leave now, he says to me in deep thought. I'm glad I was helpful, I say while bowing. Thank God. Ever since Velzard started living with us, he stopped asking me to pleasure him in bed. The mere thought of it makes me want to strangle him. Velzard, when I get my revenge on that shithead you will be spared. I think while walking back to my room. But then all of a sudden. By the way, Rimuru Guy. Yes my lord, I say while shivering. No way, he's gonna make me go too bad with him. He stopped after Velzard came here. And she is sitting right next to him. Don't forget about the Walpurgis tonight, Guy. I would never forget such an occasion my lord, I say, breathing a sigh of relief. So make sure to wear something nice. He says with a grin. Of course my lord, I can't say I didn't expect it. I walk back to my room and sit on my bed. Walpurgis used to be a form of a tea party for the 3 demon lords. But if 2 more join, it will probably become a real meeting, not some sort of tea party. Though I am interested in the 2 new candidates. Maybe they'll ever be useful for my revenge plan. If I am correct, their names are Luminous Valentine and Dagrel the Mad Giant. During the Walpurgis meetings I used to just stay back in the castle. But after some time and a lot of boring tea parties, Guy got bored and ordered me to learn an instrument that I would play during the Walpurgis meeting. So I decided to learn the piano. How do I know about it? This is because 2 years ago some arrogant humans came to the castle demanding to meet Guy. They thought that they could defeat him and bring so-called peace to the world. Since I and Velzard were the only ones at the castle, I was tasked with dealing with them. And after killing them, I looked through their memories and learned that they were something called an otherworlder. And one of them was a professional pianist, so using my incredible intelligence and his memories, I was of course able to master the piano in only half a day. At the end of the day, I had a book with 77 pages filled with songs from his world. I also have a personal book which is self-composed. I only play them when Guy isn't around. They are for my ears only. So I'd play it on the Walpurgis meetings, but I would mostly play it for Guy's and Velzard's amusement entertainment. There are currently 2 pianos in the castle, one is in my room and the other is in the dining room. They are both made from Velzard's ice, making them super strong and see-through. I sign out loud. This is not gonna work, I'm trapped like a mouse. I have a perfect revenge plan, but I need someone to trust and work for me on the outside. Or at least someone that can go in and out of the castle without Guy or Velzard noticing. I think trying to think of a solution. Oh, I know, can an ultimate skill evolve an ego? If I could make one of my ultimate skills have an ego, I would have a huge advantage. If I can, it would be best to evolve my knowledge, King Raphael. If a work overnight, it should be done before the Walpurgis. And so I did. 2 weeks of work using thought acceleration later. It's finally done. I managed to evolve the King of Knowledge Raphael into Lord of Wisdom Raphael. So it should possess a small ego. All I have to do now is to merge it with a part of my soul and give it a name. That should give it the self-awareness every ego has. I mumble, trying to think of a name. How about Seal? It has a nice ring to it, I say. Suddenly more than 89% of my magicule gathers and overwhelms a certain part of my soul. Crack. I suddenly hear a cracking sound and I feel like something deep inside my very soul moved. It's like I can feel its emotions, its nerves, but happy. I then hear a cheerful voice. I am Seal. The one who integrates skills and makes my master dreams come true. Amanas. The one that will support my master, Rimuru-sama's soul. Master, please treat me well. Hi Seal, and welcome aboard. I'm happy you're here. I say and smile. It was my first genuine smile ever since I got dragged into this hellhole. I can't wait to be of use to you. Master. Chapter 3 Walpurgis. Rimuru. I can't wait to be of use to you. Master. She says in a happy tone. Okay, now that that's done, how long until the Walpurgis meeting? I think to myself. Master was using thought acceleration for a total of 1 hour 32 minutes 47 seconds real time. Time left till Walpurgis is 8 hours 22 minutes and Akaj, I get it, I say, cueing her of. You don't have to be so formal with me and stop speaking so robotically. You do possess emotions, don't you? You may not understand them, but at least try speaking more fluently. I tell her. Yes master. She replays. Then drop the master thing. I see you as my partner, as an equal. Just use my name. I say nonchalantly. Yes Maz, I mean Rimuru-sama, she says, sounding a bit flustered. Okay, back to the topic. I'm mentally drained, so I'll explain my whole plan to you after the Walpurgis, Oki. I say while laying down on the bed. Of course ma, Rimuru-sama, she says, almost slipping. Oki, and one more thing, I say, still weirded out by having a prison inside my head. What is it, Rimuru-sama? You can ask me anything, she says in a deterrent tone. Make sure by the time I wake up you will be able to completely hide your presence from anyone. Also, learn to speak more fluently. I say to her. It's nice having someone to talk to. I'm beginning to like this. She might even be the only thing that keeps me sane. Consider it done, she replays. Okay, good night my little angel, I say teasingly. Making her completely flustered. Even though she doesn't have a body or a face. But I swear I can see her face get red. Entering sleep mode, I then say to myself as I fall asleep. One sleep mode later. Good morning Rimuru-sama, I hear someone say. An angelic voice that could wake you up from the worst kind of nightmares. Good morning Seal, I respond with a smile. How long until the Walpurgis starts? I ask her. I woke you up 1 hour before the meeting started. Oh thank you. I still have to put on the dress that guy picked for me. I say in a frustrated tone. When I say that I feel a sudden wave of anger hit me. But it wasn't meant for me, it was for someone else. Master, please permit me to eradicate that lowly good-for-nothing demon for all the things he has done to you, Seal says, burning with rage. I must say she got a lot more human-like really fast. I guess she learned a lot of emotions during my sleep. I think to myself. Calm down, that would blow or cover in an instant. And as we are, we don't stand a chance. I say calmly while suppressing the extreme killing intent she is releasing. I apologize, I will receive any kind of punishment Rimuru-sama thinks of. She says, seemingly bowing. It's okay, just be more careful next time, I scold her gently. Okay Rimuru-sama, she says with a slight hint of disappointment meant in her voice. Okay, wait a minute, she has clearly read some of my memories since they are the only form of information I gave her access to before going to sleep. So the only form of punishment that she currently knows of are the ones Guy did to me in bed, so did she hope to get that same kind of punishment from me? No way, Seal wanted me to punish her with rough hex. No. IITM must be my imagination getting the better of me. I think, starting to calm down from the shock. Is everything alright Rimuru-sama? She says, confused. It's nothing, I'm just a bit nervous about the Walpurgis, I say, making an excuse while burying my embarrassed face in my hands. Anyway, let's just see what I'm gonna be wearing today. I turn into my female form. And put on the dress Misery brought me yesterday. Long story short, I don't like it. The dress was mostly black with some golden outlines. Its underside is color blue, which complemented my silvery blue hair. The dress was embarrassingly aggressive, completely exposing my back and shoulders. It had a high collar tied with a bow tie. There was also a black golden bow in my hair. Seal pav. Beautiful, I say unconsciously. Master is so beautiful, it's as if a god descended from their realm to the mortal one. Thank God I don't have a body, otherwise I would have bled to death. I can't even understand what I'm feeling. Whatever it is, it's burning me from the inside. I want Master to step on me, to dominate me, to use me however he likes. I want him for myself and only for myself. All of his attention, beauty and soul should be mine and mine alone. Hey, are you okay? I hear an angelic voice speak to me. I think I just died and went to heaven. But I have to control myself. If I don't, Master will think I'm just a useless monas that can't even control her emotions. I have to prove myself before I could even think about having someone as godlike as Master. Calm down, Seal, you can do this. You're a monas that has powers that are beyond ultimate skills. Controlling your emotions should be easy for someone of your caliber. I say to myself and prepare myself to calmly respond to my master's question. I just wanted to say that the D-dress looks perfect on Master. That wasn't calm at all. What am I gonna do now, Seal? Just stay calm. Master can probably feel your emotions, so just take a deep breath and calm down. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, I'll just turn on the sleep mode I learned from Master. I can't let this sort of thing happen during Walpurgis. Master, I think it would be best if I go into sleep mode during the meeting to maximize the chances of not being spotted. I say, trying not to stutter too much. Rimuru pav. Okay, that is a good idea. By the way, Seal, is it just me or did you just stutter? I ask her. It's just your imagination, Master, she says. Sure, I say doubtingly. What is she thinking? Unlike her, I wasn't born yesterday. Entering sleep mode, I hear her say, and then her presence fades, making her completely undetectable. Looks like I'm alone again. It's only been a few seconds and I'm already lonely, I think, while walking down the stairs to the lobby where Guy is going to pick me up. Luminous pav. I am currently sitting on my throne waiting to get picked up. Today is probably one of the most important days in my long life. If I become one of the demon lords, I'll be able to make humans fight a non-existent enemy. Demon Lord Valentine will be his name, the nightmare of every human alive. See, a long time ago vampires discovered that the blood of a happy human is 1,000 times better than any normal one. So I made it my mission to provide for my people. I decided to make a human nation that will be secretly ruled by the vampire race. And long story short, I succeeded. But after a while, humans always make an enemy of each other. So the only way for them to not fight each other is to have a common enemy. And that's where the Demon Lord title comes in. I will make a fake Demon Lord that the humans will be fighting. I have already established Luminism, which believes in God lumens me. So all I have to do is to declare the fake Demon Lord as the enemy of the gods. While I'm thinking this, a gate appears in front of me. Suddenly a beautiful green-haired lady comes out of the gate. My two subordinates tense up because of the aura she is releasing while I stay calm. You're luminous Valentine, correct? My master ordered me to escort you to the banquet hall. So please come with me. She says. I stand up and follow her through the gate. After a few seconds of following her and secretly looking at her ass, we arrive at the banquet hall. And the room where the Walpurgis is held will be a lot different since I need to find a place to put Rimuru's piano. The room was very spacious and had a big oval-shaped table in the middle. The table was made out of wood and on its right side was a grand piano made out of glass. How is that fair? Not only are these people one of the most powerful beings in the world, but are also this rich I rule a country, and even I can't get one of those. I calm myself down and sit in my seat. That Dagrul bastard is already here. It seems that they were all waiting for me. There are in total of 4 people excluding me. There is the Dagrul, the shitty giant, Ramirez the fairy, Milim Nava the destroyer, and lastly Guy Crimson, the king of darkness. These people excluding that shithead are the pillars of strength in this world. I can't let my guard down around them. Let me start the meeting by thanking you all for coming, says Guy Crimson while standing up from his seat. Which started the meeting. One boring ass meeting which I'm too lazy to write leader. In the end, both I and the shithead got accepted among the demon lords. I got the title the Queen of Nightmares, and the shithead is now called the Continent Wrath. But I'll still call him a shithead. Do you want to know why I hate him that much? Too bad, I'm not telling you. After the meeting, Guy said it was now time for the banquet. But I'm not going to attend it. Why? Because I'm not interested in spending my dinner time with 2 sweet men and 2 flat women that act like children. Guy also said there will be someone playing the piano. But I'm not going to stay just to listen to someone playing music, no matter how expensive their piano may be. But just when I'm about to stand up and leave, someone comes through the portal. It's probably the pianist. I think, preparing to leave. But when I lay my eyes on the pianist, the word seemingly stops. Her beautiful silvery blue hair, her porcelain white skin and red lips, and her beautiful golden eyes can see anything. I'm so happy that I have perfect control over my body, otherwise I might have died from a nosebleed. No, maybe I'm already died and am now in heaven. I feel like my heart is beating backward. I think I got a little wet between the legs. I want her to dominate me, to punish me, to step on me, please, I'll do anything. No, what am I saying? I'm the one who dominates women, not the other way around. But all my skills, all the beautiful women I have dominated in the past, they are all meaningless in front of her. She can probably order me anything and I'll do it without asking the smallest question. I can't lie to myself, I, Luminous Valentine, have been completely dominated by her beauty. I watch my soon-to-be mistress slowly but gracefully walk to the piano and sit down. I then start to hear angelic music as I slowly melt with each note she plays. If this continues, I may have a full-on orgasm on the spot. Rimuru. After I received the thought transmission from Guy, I enter through the gate. Besides Guy, Ramrus, and Milim, there were 2 other people in the room. One was a big giant with blue hair whose arms were crossed and isn't paying me any attention. That is probably Dinejro, the mad giant. That means that the other one is Luminous Valentine, the vampire queen. She had long silver hair and a body with just the right curves. What stood out most about her were her red and blue eyes. But her reaction was the complete opposite of Dinejro's. She was watching me completely stunned. Her face was completely red, and unlike before, she has now lost her womanly stature and looked completely submissive. I don't know what happened. At first, she looked stunned, and now she has a face that is screaming, "Dominate me please, I'll do anything." But I ignore her and walk to my piano and start playing one of the 3 songs I'm gonna be playing tonight. While I'm playing, I think of the possible uses for the new demon lords. The giant won't be very helpful until he regains his full power. But the vampire is a completely different story. She has complete control over the Western nations and thus the Holy Knight Order. Also, from the way she's acting, all I have to do is spend one night in her bedroom and she will be mine to command. This will give me control of the entirety of the Western nations and a demon lord. But if I want her to be completely submissive, I still have to have fun, so I'll keep her on her toes. I will volunteer to be the one to escort her to the Walpurgis meetings. After a while of me teasing her, she will be overflowing with lust, and that's when I'll strike. I can already see her broken mind being for more. And by the time I'll be done with her, she will be a mindless hex slave. She would do anything for me as long as I reward her afterward, which I don't have a problem with. I finish playing the piano and stand up. And while I'm walking towards the gate, I look at her. She's at her limit, she has hearts in her eyes and is quietly painting. I raise my hand and bite my finger while looking at her seductively. That was the last straw. Her eyes widened and she came to her seat. I could see her juice slowly drip down her seat. She was really lucky that no one but me noticed. This will be fun. I then walk through the gate and back to my room. I lay on my bed and relax. Back at the castle, I was able to get a puppet demon lord. I think this is a case for celebration. I'll wake up Seal and we'll have some fun. I did get pretty horny after the look Luminous gave me. Chapter 4, Lemon and New Skills. Rimuru. It's been 2 days since the Walpurgis meeting. I've spent most of my time in my room practicing the piano. But something is missing, or should I say someone. I haven't heard anything from Seal ever since she went into sleep mode. But I know for a fact she's not asleep. Since I feel her doing something to my skills without my permission. But I'm not going to stop her for 2 reasons. First, I was planning to ask her to modify my skills anyway. Second, it gives me a good reason for doing what I'm about to do. Seal. I just finished modifying my master's skills, I hope he'll praise me for it. After I'm done, I'll act like I just woke up from sleep mode. I do want to surprise my master after all. "Good morning, master," I say to him, acting sleepy. "Good morning, sleepyhead, how did my skill modification go?" He asked me with a smile on his face, but his eyes were not smiling. Oh crap, what am I gonna do now? How did he even know I did my best to hide the modifications of his skills and he still found out? Master is so angry I didn't ask for his permission. I just have to make a convincing excuse. Was just trying to try to make an excuse, but he cuts me off. "I don't care about your excuses, Seal. Meet me in the imaginary space right now." How does he know? No, never mind, he is my master, of course he already knows and understands all of his new skills. Why yes, I say and teleport to the imaginary space. I have also made a body for myself using one of my master's skills. I made parallel existence. I teleport to a place master just built in the imaginary space. It was a massive room with soft walls and ceiling. The ground was covered with pillows made from silk and full of feathers. It would be a dream place for a lazy, sleepy person. In the middle of the room, I see a beautiful man with silvery blue hair and golden eyes. It was my master in his male form. After 2 hours of Rimuru scolding Seal, I was kneeling on the floor and profusely apologizing to master. How can I ever repent for such a sin? But master suddenly lifted my chin and smiled. "Seal, stop crying, there is only one thing you can do to make it up to me," he says with a smile on his face. "What is it?" "I'll do anything to make master forgive me." It was then after I said those words that something unthinkable happened. Something that I would treasure for the rest of my life. Lemon skipped, please read it on website. Rimuru Pov. I just finished my business with Seal, and I'm now lying next to her. Even so, I used the excuse of her not asking me for my permission to modify my skills to buck her brains out. Her modifications are still impressive. She managed to evolve my gluttonous King Beelzebub into the void god Azathoth. She achieved this by combining gluttonous King Beelzebub and the Lord of Wisdom Raphael. Even do sacrifice 2 ultimate skills for one sounds stupid, it's actually way better to have one super op skill than 2 ultimate ones. And even do it sounds different, the void god Azathoth is just an upgraded version of the gluttonous King Beelzebub. I don't really have anything better to do while Seal is resting from our little fun. So I might as well looking at my current status. Name: Rimurutempest. Race: Primordial Glutton, an unknown race that has 3 evolutions. Glutton, Primordial Glutton, and True Glutton. Title: None. App: 6.694.200. Resistances: Natural Element Nullification, Status Element Nullification, Physical Attack, Nullification, Spiritual Attack Resistance, Holy Demonic Resistance. Ultimate Skill: Void God Azathoth. The ultimate skill core Manas. Seal God's ultimate wisdom core. Nothing much changed. I did get 2 million EP and a new ultimate skill, but that's pretty much it. Let's check out this ultimate skill, shall we? Ultimate skill Void God Azathoth. Soul Consumption, a super enhanced version of Predation Gluttony, which can devour the target soul, ignoring the space-time. Imaginary Collapse Turn Null, the ultimate destructive energy that fills imaginary space, is now able to be used at full efficiency due to the user's high intelligence. Imaginary Space, a world of chaos. The ultra-evolved version of Stomach and Isolation with unlimited size. It's a prison where those who need to be quarantined are locked up. Space-time domination, manipulating and bending time and space to the user's will, being able to move in an instant just by consciously thinking about it. Even allows the user to interfere with time. Multi-dimensional barrier, absolute defense is achieved through the separation of spatial dimensions and several powerful barriers. Able to block anything the user can comprehend. This is some quality stuff. Seal is still unconscious, and even if she was awake her body can't move a muscle. Fufu, maybe I should punish her for not being awake. No, this was her first time. And I can't say I went easy on her, so she will be spared for now. She probably won't mind if I look at her states re-eyed. Let's do it. The ultimate skill core Mon is Seal God's Wisdom Core. Thought Acceleration, raise the thought processing speed by hundreds of millions of times. Analysis X, the highest level of analytical skill. Parallel Processing, the ability to detach thoughts and analysis of the phenomenon. Parallel Existence, it allows the user to split their consciousness to create alter egos of themselves, referred to as another body. Fusion, the ability to merge into a single being with a targeted fellow. Separation, the ability to separate oneself and being possessing you. If the target who is being separated lacks a physical form, they could disappear. Chant discarded, when using magic, the chant is no longer necessary. All of Creation, the ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomenon in this world. Food Chain, the ability to acquire skills from people who came in contact with her master. Soul Corridor, a connection that binds her and her master together as equals. It is only acquired after her master sees her as an equal. She definitely did not hold herself back. I think to myself. I look at her beautiful sleeping face and gently pet her head. She then smiles and relaxes her body. What am I gonna do with you, dear? I say lovingly to her while smiling. I then look around the imaginary space. Time here works to my desire, so I can spend decades here while the outside world doesn't change a bit, while knowing that I gently lay next to her and say, "Good night, dear," and I fall asleep. Chapter 5 Rimuru's Plan plus Seal's First Date. 200 years after Chapter 4. It's been 200 years since Seal's first time, but we've been dating for only the past 8 years. After she woke up I confessed my love to her. But she just hid in the back of my consciousness and didn't speak to me for 3 days. But I didn't want to force her since I understood her position. She was a Monas with an ego who was just learning about emotions. So when she was bombarded with strong emotions like love and lust, it was understandable she would be confused. So I decided to give her time, and let me tell you, she needed a lot of it. It took her 122 years to analyze and understand her emotions. She then took 40 years to plan a perfect date and another 30 to gather enough courage to ask me out. If that doesn't make me the most patient lover in the universe, then I don't know what does. Even though I did lose my pride as a chosen male partner. She was the one that asked me to be my girlfriend first. But I quickly regained the title in bed after the date was over. Anyway, even when all of this was happening in the middle, me and Seal knew or forgot about the plan. Even though I never told her the plan, she did try to figure it out, but she ultimately failed. But with Seal here, all I need to do is wait for the right conditions to enter the game with my pieces. That is exactly what happened 5 years ago. That is when I got one of the most useful piece on board the Empire. His name is Tetsuya Kondu. He is also known as First Lieutenant Kondu. He is an otherworlder and the head of the intelligence bureau. He was saved by the Emperor Rudra and pledged his loyalty to him until the day he dies. Seal succeeded in using one of her parallel existences to carve a mind-controlling curse into Candace's soul. Well, Kondu himself is completely unaware that he is being controlled. That also gives us a good footing in the Empire. But we'll have to wait before we get control over the whole Empire. In the imaginary space. So today is the day I tell you about my very secret plan, I say to Seal while giggling like a child. We both decided to complete our revenge plan before getting married. I can't wait to hear Rimuru-kun's perfect plan, Seal shouted in excitement. 4 hours of explaining later. So that's the whole plan, any questions? I say to her. I could have just shared my memories and saved myself 4 hours of explaining. But Seal was so happy after hearing each step of the plan I explained to her, I just couldn't ruin her fun. I love seeing her so excited, she looks so cute, I really am a lucky gluten. I understand the part with Rudra and Chloe, but what's the deal with Redshirt and Velzard? She asked me with a cute pouting face. You don't have to worry about that just yet, I say to her. You only have to take care of Chloe and Rudra. After those preparations are done we start playing the waiting game. I say to her. We already have a connection with Rudra because of Konjuo, and for Chloe there is Lumens, I say nonchalantly. I see, so that was the reason Rimuru-kun dominated that slut. She still doesn't deserve your attention, Seal says with a jealousy-filled face. Don't worry Ciel, I can dominate you in bed after the meeting is done, I say walking to her slowly. I mean if Rimuru-kun wants Tita he can I cut her off. Now Ciel, you don't have to be so jealous, when we're done here I'll take good care of you, I seducingly say to her while softly biting her sweet spot. I hit it directly making her a bit wet. I also hear a quiet moan that escaped her lips. I then move away leaving her in wonder about what else it could do to her. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. From what I've seen, Rudra's ultimate skill Justice King Michael is acquiring an ego and is slowly taking over Rudra's mind. But that's impossible, a skill could never hurt its master, Seal shouts, snapping out of her perverted thoughts. True, but remember what we learned from Kundu. Justice King Michael isn't Rudra's skill. He got it from Milim Nava when they swapped skills, remember? I say to her. I see, Seal says deep in her thoughts. She is so cute when she's trying to figure something out on her own. I think to myself smiling. So the reason for Rudra not feeling anything yet is because they don't have any connection to each other? Seal asks me confused. Smart as ever are we? Yes, but there are 2 reasons for Rudra's unawareness. First, Justice King Michael is just starting to get an ego, so it's understandable that his mental attacks would be weak. Second, is Rudra's reincarnations. I say to Seal. What's wrong with Rudra's reincarnations? Seal asks. If you pay attention you can see that the reincarnations are destroying Rudra's mind ever so slightly. So by the time Justice King Michael gets an ego, Rudra's mind will receive enough damage for him to take over. I see, so I'll be the one responsible to speed up the process. And after I get soon-to-me Michelle the Mon is under control, we will be one step closer to concerning the Empire, Seal says with excitement. So do I do the same to the hero Chloe? Seal asks with excitement. Not quite, you have to let Chloe know about the Mon as you will awaken in her, I say. Why is that? Seal asks. From what Lumens told me during our sessions, Chloe is a time traveler. But in the timeline she comes from isn't exactly the same because in her timeline I don't exist. That will help us a lot because that means she's not aware of our plans. Seal thinks out loud. But here's the thing, Chrono, her Monas does exist. So here's what you will do with Chloe. You will secretly awaken Chrono and get her under the same type of control as Michael. You will then, as Hinata names her, order her to pretend to be born. And we will have an inside Monas in the Empire and the strongest hero. I say proudly. I see, so how long until I head out? She asks. 2 weeks. Any more questions? I answer and ask nonchalantly. Yes, why do we need to take control of Chloe? You already have control over Lumens. Seal asks me. Good question. I have other plans for her so you don't have to worry. Seal pav. Okay, I say and start to walk away. The meeting is done, so I'll leave this body and go back inside Rimuru-kun. That's when I feel 2 hands slowly grab my shoulders. I feel someone from behind line close to my ear and say. Ara Seal, did you already forget the promise I gave to you? Before I could even respond, Master gently bites my ear, sending chills down my entire body. Master always knows how to dominate me, but it's not like I don't enjoy it. I think as I prepare for a long and fun night. Hi, this is a bonus story. It's about Seal asking Rimuru on a date. This isn't important for the story and you don't have to read it. It's just a chance for me to try to make my first romantic story. It won't be long, and as I said, you don't have to read it. Enjoy. Seal pav. It's been 192 years since my and Master's first time. I've been planning today's date with Master for 30 years. All I need to do is ask Master out. It's good that the shit had allowed the Master to monthly leave and visit the Holy Kingdom robberies as a kind of one-day vacation. Master can pick any day to be his vacation. So I begged Master to make it the 23.5. Also known as Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was established by a successful otherworlder who said it was a sort of day for lovers. So I think it will maximize the success rate of our date. The 23.5 will also be a day of a full moon. But to my calculations this won't be a normal full moon, it will be the day when a blood moon and a blue moon mix and create a legendary pink moon. This kind of phenomenon can only happen every 2000 years. This makes the pink moon special for even some of the longest living species in the world. So today is the day I am currently in imaginary space standing with a bouquet of roses in my hands. According to my research, the man is supposed to be the one to bring flowers to the lady and ask her out. But I and Master are both technically genderless so it doesn't matter. I am currently wearing one of my Master's ordinary outfits. It was designed for Masters in both male and female forms, but I made some changes to it. I am wearing tight black leggings and a white non-sleeved shirt. I also have a red belt with a golden buckle that complements my red eyes. There are also 2 black sleeves both of which have a golden bracelet at the start. I have a gold necklace in my hair which is unclipped, falls all the way down to my waist. Why is my heart racing so fast? I prepared everything, haven't I? I asked Master to come to the imaginary space. It's been 2 minutes and 14 seconds 13 milliseconds and exactly 3 nanoseconds. Did I make Master mad? Did I do something wrong? I think doubting myself more and more but then. Sorry for the wait, I had to ask for Guy's permission to leave and I couldn't just show up in a military outfit. I hear an angelic voice say. A voice that washes away any doubts and bad feelings I have. I look the way the voice came from and I almost bleed from my nose and die. It's my mom Master and if ORD date is successful my soon-to-be boyfriend. He is wearing a black robe and long black trousers. Under the robe, he has a black shirt with a golden Y that complements his beautiful golden eyes. Around his neck is a scarf that covers his neck but exposes his shoulders. Master also has a black belt with silver pins with his katana strapped to it. His silvery blue hair isn't as long as mine but is just as beautiful. I'm speechless even when wearing his usual outfit. Master's beauty is truly something one can get lost in. I take a deep breath and suck in the blood that almost dropped out of my nose. Okay Seal, calm down, you've been planning this for decades, you can't ruin it. Just compliment Master's beauty and give him the flowers. I give myself a little pep talk and prepare myself. You look be beautiful Master, I say, giving it my best not to stutter. I then walk up to him and give him the flowers. What's this for Seal? Master asks me in fake confusion. He probably knew that I was planning to go on a date, which is also why he got dressed up. Would Master Lee like to go on a date with me? I say slowly while looking down at the floor. Seal, I hear Master say, I'm scared. I never felt fear like this. If Master says no then my heart would shatter into a million pieces. As I'm thinking this Master slowly lifts my chin and my eyes meet his. Those beautiful golden eyes, it's like they have seen infinity itself. Seal, I would be honored to go on a date with someone as kind and beautiful as you. He says to me. I freeze. Did Master just call me beautiful? He then leans in and kisses me on the lips. My eyes widen in surprise. I then close them and return the kiss. After 3 minutes Master breaks the kiss. Seal, let's go on this date you worked so hard to achieve. He says with a smile on his face while giving me one of his arms to hold it. Sure thing Master, I say, happy now holding his hand and drop the Master. It would be weird for my girlfriend to call me that. Just call me Rimuru. He says with a blush on his face. Okay Rimuru-kun, I say, still not used to being his girlfriend. Chapter 6 Michael and Chronoa. Seal Pav. 2 weeks ago when Remy told me his plan, I was prepared and wanted to go out the same day. But Remy rejected it immediately. He told me that I'm not leaving until he is 100% sure I will be safe. I didn't see any problems. If I was to somehow die I would just simply resurrect through Remy's soul corridor. As long as one of us is alive, the other can resurrect. And over the years Seal gave Rimuru the nickname Remy. I know, but think about this, what if someone attacks you with an attack that could spread through the soul corridor? Even if I told you not to do it, you would still cut the soul corridor to protect me, wouldn't you? And the soul corridor is our last resort. You can use the parallel existence and stay here, that way I'll know you are safe. He said in a serious tone. Alright, I'll use the 2 weeks you gave me to test the parallel existence. If it will calm Remy's nerves, then I won't go with my real body soul. I say to Remy. I'm truly happy to be his eternal partner and it warmed my heart to see him care so much for me. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. I can create 2 parallel existences that completely hide their presence. My main focus was to create a parallel existence that hides its presence so perfectly that makes it impossible to sense. My mission is to invade the soul of Rudra and Chloe and awaken Amanas in both of them. In the Empire, Seal's parallel existence 1 Pav. I am currently inside the body of individual Tetsuya Kondu. I've entered through the curse that I carved in Kondu's soul. He is currently heading towards Rudra's private garden. Kondu, I'm glad you could make it, Rudra. I always have time for His Majesty Kondu. How many times do I have to tell you, you don't have to be so formal with me when we're alone. Rudra, as you wish, Rudra-sama. Kondu, I guess that will do. Rudra, all I need to transfer my consciousness is a physical interaction between the two. The individual Rudra has a lot of mental resistance but very few soul-related resistances. When I enter his soul, I awaken the manas and merge with it. That will cause it to be completely loyal and under control. A few minutes later, if that is all, I will take my leave. Kondu. Now, you don't have to leave just yet. Now that the business stuff is out the way, we can talk about the Rudra says while grabbing Kondu by the shoulder. Now is my chance, I think, as a transfer my consciousness. Success, I was able to enter Rudra's soul without him noticing. Now time for the hard part. 2 hours using thought acceleration later, soon to be Michael Pov. I gain consciousness and look at my surrounding. Where am I? What am I? I think to myself. Yes, I remember I am the ultimate skill Justice King Michael, the one who serves the great creator Milim Nava-sama. I will grant you a name. I hear a mysterious voice in my head. Who are you? I ask the voice, but I don't get an answer. Your name will be Michael, the one who will serve my master as his pawn. Starting the merging process. I hear the voice say. I can feel my consciousness fade and my memories are getting erased and replaced by new ones. Netflix. Epic morphing noises. Success, I am the Manas Michael, the one who serves my master Rimuru-sama as his pawn. In the holy empire of Ruberios, seals parallel existence to Pov. I am currently inside the individual Luminous Valentine. I have entered through the slave curse that has been put on the individual. Luminous isn't aware of my existence, so I will use Rimi's voice. I want to strangle her, but I can't let my feelings get in my way. Luminous Valentine Pov. I am currently sitting on my throne thinking about the time my master made me his. Oh, how I loved the feeling when he engraved that slave curse on me, making me completely his. The curse has a physical form of a silver collar around my neck. It is invisible to anyone except me and my master. It also has a special property. When my hex will desire becomes active and I become horny, the collar will become visible to my owner. Lumens, how's my little slut doing? I hear an angelic voice in my head. Ma master, what are you doing here? I say, completely caught off guard. Ooh, I can't visit my Lumi to see how she's doing, he says with a teasing tone. No, it's not that, I just wasn't expecting you to visit this unimportant slave, I say, completely flustered. It's amazing how my master's mere presence makes me completely submissive. I think, completely flustered. Seals parallel existence to Pov. Oh, how I want to grab that collar and choke her to death. I think, completely hating the idea of Rimi dominating anyone but me. I just have to calm down and complete the mission Rimi gave me. If I'm a good girl, he'll probably reward me. I think with a lustful smile on my face. Rimi is the best boyfriend a woman can ever ask for. He is kind, beautiful, and a gentle person. But he is very dominating in bed. When we have hex, I am completely dependent on his mercy. And every time he dominates me, I can't help but call him master. Over the 8 years I got used to calling master Rimi, but where we are in bed it's a completely different story. So what did you come here, master? I hear an annoying voice that snapped me out of my perverted thoughts. I just have to act like Rimi. Nothing really, I just wanted to give you your first order outside of the bed. I say, using Rimus's voice. I would do anything for master. What is it, she asks with sparkles in her eyes. I want to puke. I think to myself. I want you to show me the hero chronoa. I say nonchalantly. Oh, I see, does master want to create a harem? It is only acceptable for someone as skillful as a master. No, I don't plan on that, just show her to me. I say, on the verge of ripping her heart out and shoving it down her throat to shut her up. Of course, she says while standing up and walking to the room the hero is staying in. While she walks to the room, I think of the most brutal ways of torturing and killing her when Rimi deems her useless. Luminous Valentine, the sin of trying to steal Rimi from me is punishable by death torture. But you did give me a lot of data for my perfect body project, so I'll go easy on you. During my first time, I had a clone body of Rimi. So for the last few years, I've been researching different individuals. In short, I want to create a perfect body using the information from all the hot women I can get my hands on. I've heard that the hero has a really hot body, so when I'm inside her soul awakening her manas, I'll gather some info and add it to the project. As I'm thinking about creating a body that Rimi will find accretive, Lumens knocks on the door and enters. Chloe, how are you doing? Lumens. Oh, Lumen-san, nothing much, I'm just resting. Chloe. So this is the hero Chloe. I see. She truly is beautiful, she will give me a lot of useful info about my body. Few minutes later, Lumens has been talking with Chloe, making constant contact with her for a few minutes now. I was planning to enter quickly in and out. But Chloe, or should I say Hinata, and Chloe have a lot of mental and soul resistance. So I am taking my time entering. It took me 5 whole minutes to enter without being seen. But now that I'm in, so let's start. Magic of time skip, seal pov. So how did it go? Rimi asks me. I just received a report from both parallel existences. They have successfully awakened manas in both targets and have them under control. I see. Seal, could you tell me how this merging process of yours works? Rimi asks me. Of course I like explaining things to Rimi. And I love it when he asks me for anything. Even if we are boyfriend and girlfriend, I am still his manas and he is my master. The merging process works by taking a copy of an ego, in this case parallel existence, and combining it with a freshly born ego. This will create an ego that has the same personality as the freshly born one, but has the memories and goals of the copied ego. So in this case you use the memories of our plan and your loyalty to me. So when they awaken they will complete the mission and we will be able to dispose of them without any problems. Rimi says. But Rimi, wouldn't it be better for you to have more manas like me to help you? I ask, scared that I may not be enough to achieve Rimi's goals. Seal, please, you are the only manas I need in my life. My eternal partner. And if I know you correctly, you probably already analyzed both manas and got new skills for me as a gift. He says with a warming smile. One that only he could pull off. I smile. It's only natural, he knows it's Rimi after all. Now I have to show him how useful I am. I see I can't even give you a surprise without you knowing. Anyway, yes, I got you some new skills. I say excitedly like a little child. Rimuru pov. How cute, I think to myself. Seal got a lot more human over the last few years. She even got herself a new hobby. She loves analyzing and creating modifying skills for me. Well, show me what you made. I say to see what my girlfriend is up to. With pleasure, she says while giggling like a small child preparing to show her drawing to a parent. I first analyzed Michael and was able to get 3 different skills. The Regalia Dominion, Ultimate Dominion, and Castle Guard. But I also analyzed Rudra's soul, getting enough information to recreate the ultimate skill Lord of Covenants Uriel. And using the useless skills from Rudra's subordinates I got access to, I was able to evolve Uriel Tho, the ultimate skill Lord of Harvest Shub Nigurath. Rimi was out of words. So I proudly continued. But what was more interesting is the info I got after I analyzed Chloe's soul. Her body and soul seem to be made out of what we call information particles. I say, waiting for Rimi's response. Yes, I know about those. If memory serves, it's what Guy used to move while time is stopped. I've tried to evolve my body using these information particles, but I didn't have enough data, and it isn't like I can just analyze Guy, since that would make him suspicious of me. Correct? So Rimi, I have enough data to evolve you into a digital life form. I have also integrated all the data about the information particles into the ultimate skill Lord of Harvest Shub Nigurath, which I will explain when it is finished. I see. So when will the modifications of my body and skills be finished? Rimi asks, excited. Rimi, it would help a lot if you would go into sleep mode. I say to Rimi. I see. I will just go to my imaginary space, since it will give you all the time in the world. Rimi says as he teleports to the sleeping room. I teleport to the sleeping room and see Rimi laying on the soft bed-like floor of the room. He was in his female form and was wearing a short-sleeved shirt and black short pants. Even though Rimi is a genderless being, he prefers to be a male. But that didn't stop him from using his female form, which he says is more comfortable. I slowly lie next to him and hug him from behind. I put a blanket over us and smile. Okay, Seal, please wake me up when my evolution ends. Rimi. Of course, good night, Rimi. I say. Good night, my little angel, he says to me as enters sleep mode. Chapter 7, Lemon and Rimuru's evolution. Seal pov. After Rimi activated sleep mode, I started working on his evolution to a digital life form. While Rimi is smarter than me in both strategizing, relative IQ and many more, there is a task in which I have him beat. Skill modification and skill creation. Yes. Rimi would be able to do this on his own, but he would need much more info. And time. 2 days later, Rimuru pov. Good morning, Rimi, I hear a voice say to me in a gentle tone. I feel a light pat on my head and I open my eyes and see an unfamiliar figure. I widen my eyes in surprise, but quickly realize who it is. It looks like that was one of the side projects she's been working on. I think and smile as I look at my girlfriend's new appearance. She was wearing a simple white long-sleeve shirt and short black pants. She has white and smooth skin and a body with just the right curves. Her hair was as white as a snowstorm and her eyes, her beautiful red eyes. Beautiful, I unconsciously mutter, which is followed by a light blush. Seal then turns away, covering her face and looking as red as her eyes. I smile. She may look different, but she is still the Seal that I know. I sit up on the bed and gently hug her from behind. I lean close to her ear and whisper. Good morning, you look beautiful, my little angel, have you come to take me away? I whisper in a gentle tone. She blushes even more and tries to teleport away in embarrassment. But I cancel her teleportation. I turn her around and gently stroke her hair. She removes her hands from her face and looks at me. We are now facing each other. I look at her red eyes and she looks at my golden ones. Seal, when I said that you are beautiful, I truly meant it. I say. I don't wait for her response as I pull her close to me. Our foreheads are touching and our lips are inches away. I love you with all my being, Seal, I say to her. I then pull in and kiss her on the lips. After some seconds we broke the kiss. I love you too, Remy, I really do, she says while brimming with excitement. She then pulls in for another kiss. But this one is far more aggressive than the last one. Lemon skip, please read it on website. Rimuru. I grab Seal and slowly lie her down. I clean all the cocoon-covered sheets and cover her with a warm blanket. She won't be waking up for a while. She probably got a whole heck of a lot of data during our marathon, so she will probably use it to improve her body in the future. But now that that is over. Time to look at her handiwork. I think to myself and analyze my status. States. Rimurutempest. Name. Rimurutempest. Race. Digital life form. Primordial glutton, an unknown race that has 3 evolutions. Glutton, primordial glutton, and true glutton. Idle. None. App. 11.420.000. Resistances. Natural element nullification, status element nullification, physical attack, nullification, spiritual attack resistance, holy demonic resistance, ultimate skill. Lord of Harvest Shub Nigurath, Void God Azathoth, Lord of Lust Asmodeus, God of Space-Time Yog Satohard. The ultimate skill Core Manas. Seal God's ultimate wisdom core. Skills. Hassle Guard, an impenetrable barrier that can be activated by the user at will, powered by the loyalty of the user's subjects or lovers. Parallel existence. T allows the user to split their consciousness and give flesh to an independent alter ego of themself, referred to as another body. I was stunned. To have 4 ultimate skills and 2 of them being in the god realm is just something else. I look at the sleeping Seal and smile. You really are something, I say and kiss her on the cheek. Now let's see, I already know about Azathoth, so let's see the other ones. Ultimate skill Lustful King Asmodeus. Sub-skills. Life Domination. Rebirth. Resurrects the dead if both body and soul are available. Lust. Gives the user full control over someone's pleasure and sensitivity. Ultimate skill Lord of Harvest Shub Nigurath. Sub-skills. Skill Creation. Allows the user to create brand new skills based on the information obtained from analysis and the user's desires. Skill Gifting. Allows the user to grant skills to a target, assuming they're compatible. Skill Storage stores the information of all analyzed skills so they can be recreated later. Seize. This skill allows the user to rob power from their opponents, depriving them of their skills and techniques. Force Takeover. It grants the user the ability to rob power even from those stronger than the user, but at a higher energy cost. Copy. This skill allows the user to copy and obtain the skills and techniques of those they are fighting. Ultimate skill God of Space-Time Yog Satohard. Sub-skills. Space-time Manipulation. Infinity Prison. Entombs the target in an infinite number of imaginary spaces. Absolute End. Damages and overwhelms the target via the severing of space. Time Manipulation. Time Leap. The ability to leap backward in time under specific circumstances. Time Stop. The ability to stop time in exchange for the user's magicules. Wow, that's OP. The God of Space-Time Yog Sothoth and Lord of Harvest Shub Nigurath are just broken. I can just steal my opponent's skills and techniques. Or if I don't want to deal with them, I could just stop time and kill them. 4 minutes later, I am now lying next to Seal with my eyes closed. I am waiting for Seal to wake up to tell her the next part of the plan. To start the next stage of the plan there must be some specific conditions, but it will be worth it. This will give us the most powerful and the most important pawn of this plan. I already have a name for you, my little pawn, I say to myself while there is a visible grin on my face. Chapter 8 Seal's Resolve. Third POV. There is a seemingly endless void. But if you look closely you can see 6 small floating islands. Every one of each has an invisible barrier that protects them from the infinite void. Each island has its own set of buildings, each one having its purpose. And every island is connected with a stone bridge apart from one that is 1500 meters away from the others. But if you look even closer, you can see a figure elegantly sitting and waiting for someone to arrive. The figure is drinking tea and is in deep thought. But suddenly someone calls out its name. Rimuru. Good morning, Remy. I hear an angelic voice say to me. I turn around and smile. It's Seal. My eternal partner. She finally woke up. But it looks like her legs are still shaking from last night. I think to myself and offer her a seat. But she denies. I am still recovering from last night, we did it for 2 days straight, so my hussy and Hass are still a bit sore. Seal replays with a blush on her face. She then uses gravity manipulation and starts floating in a sitting position. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today was the next stage of the plan. I start to say but stop as I see that Seal wants to say something. I just wanted to say that I finished modifications of the katana you made. As she says this she places a katana on the table. The hilt and the blade of the katana were darker than a black hole. But when I or Seal hold it the blade starts glowing purple. I made the katana after the success of the project training. The goal of the project was to use the skill parallel existence to train multiple bodies all at the same time to gain an enormous amount of experience in a short amount of time. The project consisted of 2 teams. Team learners and team fighters. The learners consisted of 4 body clones. 2 were learning all the sword styles ever written, and the other 2 were using that information to create their own. All the fighters consisted of 10 body clones. They were split into pairs of 2, one of them had the role of the receiver, and the other was a bot. In short, the receiver would use the knowledge that the learners provided and gain fighting experience by sparring with the bot. While the bot would randomize its style, weapon, and way of fighting. It took me some time to get used to all the information and battle experience that was sent to me. But after some time I got used to it. The project takes place in my imaginary space. The place where this is happening is called the Fighting Grounds. But I did stop the project after 200 years. Since the imaginary space doesn't have a normal time flow, the 200 years of the project running got me an equivalent of 80,000 years of fighting and 50,000 years of training experience. It was after the project's success that I got the idea of making a weapon. I felt most comfortable with a katana, so that's what I decided to make. It was hard, but I managed to convince Guy to give me some hurricane and complete the weapon in only 2 weeks. It mainly focuses on durability. I wanted to make a weapon that could withstand the full power of turn null, the ultimate compressed energy. It also has a special ability. It can gain an infinite amount of mass and size. I can make it as big as a mountain or smaller than an atom. It can be as light as a feather or as heavy as a neutron star. I was able to put it in a separate part of the imaginary space that was full of turn null energy. This made the metal hurricane evolve into void steel. It is now able to withstand the full power of turn null. Seal says with a proud smile on her face. I take the sword and put it in its sheath. Awesome, I'll test it out after I explain the plan. Now back to the main topic. The next stage of the plan is far more complicated than the first. In a few hundred from now, you will set out of hearing with one goal, making a new puppet. I say to Seal. Seal was confused. Here is the short version. I will order Chronoa to manipulate Chloe. She will be slowly taking over Chloe's body, making her do everything in her power to suppress her. After some time, every idea Chloe subconsciously gets will actually be an order from me. When this happens, I will order her to take care of the storm lizard. She will seal him in a cave in the Jura forest. Then we wait. After a few hundred years it will finally be your turn. You will then travel to the place where Veldora will be sealed in and look for something specific. A monster created from Veldora's leaking magicules. After you find it, you will connect to it and give an ego and the memoirs of an otherworlder. You will make it think that it just got reincarnated in another world. After we get to this part, you will contact me informing me of the successful mission. Any questions? I got a few, Seal says while raising her hand. She's so cute. When I go to Veldora's cave to find the new puppet, will I be able to leave a parallel existence with you? She asks with a serious face. No, you won't. You will have to place an explanation as to why Seal can't use the parallel existence here. Rimuru. Oh, okay then, Seal says with a sad face. I stand up and walk over to her. I kiss her on the lips and say to her. You don't have to worry about me. You will always be able to come to visit me when your puppet master won't be asking for your assistance. I then hug her for a few minutes and then pull away. And we still have a lot of time before you have to leave for your business trip, I say with a smile on my face as I give her another kiss. 300 years later. Seal Pav. It's been 300 years since Chloe sealed Veldora. I am currently preparing to leave and go to Veldora's cave. Well, I was supposed to leave 30 minutes ago, and yet I'm still here. Wanna know why it's rhyme? Are you okay? Are you sure? Did you make sure to? Remy, I told you that everything is fine. I'll be contacting you as soon as I find the right puppet. Okay. I say, snapping him out of it. Even do I like the attention and care he is giving me, I have to be the grow-up here. I slowly walk up to him and give him a long passionate kiss. You just sit tight and wait for me, okay? When I return I'll be very tired, so I'll need someone to take care of me. I say with a seducing smile. Looks like someone forgot who has the pants in this relationship. He says with a smile. He then kisses my sweet spot and gently rubs my crotch area, making me moan. He then pulls away and leaves me craving for more. Shouldn't you be leaving right now? He says with a grin on his face. You're so mean, see you later. I say with a pout on my face. Yufufu, I'll miss that face. See you later, my little cutie. Rimuru. I blush and leave. 2 minutes later, I am currently concealing my presence and flying towards the Great Jura Forest with a scared face. What exactly am I scared of? I'm scared of leaving Remy alone with that crimson shit. Even do Remy doesn't show it, whatever that bastard did to him left an emotional scar on him. I asked him about it once, and he said there was nothing for me to worry about before quickly changing the topic. After that, I left it alone. I didn't want to force him into anything, so I decided to wait for him to tell me when he is ready. But I'm not completely clueless. You see, it happens rarely, but Rimi sometimes asks to be alone and tries to drown his trauma in alcohol. He lowers his resistance to poison and gets completely drunk. I once decided to go against his wishes and went inside the room he was in. Flashback, I had never seen him like this before. Rimi is wearing a black jacket and a grey t-shirt. He is barely consensus and very obviously drunk. He is pointing his finger at me with an annoyed look on his face. Surprisingly, he is still conscious, as this amount of alcohol would kill a human on the spot. I grab a glass and pretend I'm only here to drink. Since my poison resistance is active, it shouldn't be a problem. After 14 shots, not knowing how many he had before I came, Rimi start talking. He was only able to tell me a small part of what happened before he passed out. But what he told me shocked me to my very core. Primordials are known for their horrible torture methods. It is also believed that the only people who could withstand the torture from a primordial and keep their sanity are the true dragons and the other primordials. The mere act of Rimi being able to keep his sanity only made him more amazing in my eyes. Flashback end. But there was a cost for keeping his sanity. Rimi was left with deep emotional scars. He would wake up from sleep mode shaking and sweating. He sometimes emits killing intent that, if I didn't suppress, would definitely reach Guy, putting him on guard. Or I would find him in our room crying. It always broke my heart seeing him like this, yet the only thing I could do is be there for him. But he has been getting a lot better ever since we started dating. But I believe that Rimi will only be able to move on from his trauma after the day he defeats Guy and completes his revenge. And I swear on my soul that I will make that day happen. As I'm thinking this, I realize that I've reached my destination. I land in front of the cave entrance and teleport in. And after 30 minutes of searching, I finally find what I'm looking for. Hi there, little fella. You are a man named Satoru Mikami, a human who got reincarnated into a slime. I say with a mischievous smile. I put my hand on the little blob and disappear. I am currently inside the slime soul that I just created. During the time Rimi was working on the project training, I was busy as well. I was really interested in the inner workings of the souls, so I decided to research them. After some time, I was able to recreate a soul using the energy turn null. The research was also used for the project ecosystem, but you don't need to know about that one just yet. Netflix, breaking the fourth wall noises. So that being said, this soul was just created, so it doesn't have any memories or personality, so it is currently a completely dark space. And the only thing in it is me. It's time to get to work. Seal. Chapter 9, the start of the journey. Unknown Pav. I've spent so long in this place, I can't see, I can't hear, it's total hell. I don't know how long exactly I've been here, but it has to have been at least 3 months. And all I've been doing is eating grass and wandering around. It's sad. I died in my last world and have been given a second chance. And the only thing I can do with that chance is eat grass and be depressed. Where does the grass I eat even go? It's not like poop, I ask out loud. Answer. All the grass is transferred to your sub-skill stomach. What the heck, who are you and why are you in my head? I ask, surprised. It is the effect of your unique skill, Great Sage. Now that you are aware of your skill, your reaction speed will increase. The mechanical voice says. Oh, I see, mind telling me more about this unique skill of mine. 2 days later. It's been 2 days since Great Sage answers my question, and I've learned a lot. Great Sage also confirmed that I am no longer human, but have been reincarnated into a slime. I've learned all about skills, species, and the cave I'm in. It turns out that this cave is full of what the Great Sage calls magicules. They are the basic building blocks of life and are also fuel for different skills and magic. Also, using Great Sage's analysis and hasis, it is very easy for me to gain new skills. But it looks like I ran out of luck. Why? Because I'm on the bottom of what seems to be a lake, and it isn't like I can swim out, so I'm stuck. Even though I don't need to breathe as a slime, so I won't die. I still don't want to live the rest of my mortal existence on the bottom of a lake. That's right, I'm a slime. A spineless creature like me is perfect for the water environment. All I have to do is suck in a little water and propel myself upward. I suck in a whopping 500 liters of water and shot a small amount of that water out my mouth. Using water pressure and my light body, I can propel myself forward and reach amazing speeds. Whoa, this is amazing what I just realized. I don't have any brakes. As the thought of no brakes comes across my mind, I hit what seems to be the slope of the lake. The slope works as a ramp and sends me flying. AI, blub. Ouch, as I'm flying in the air I seemingly hit something. I don't know what I hit, but whatever it is, it's way harder than a rock. Thank God I have pain nullification, otherwise this would hurt a lot. As I think this, the damage that my slimy body receives gets healed. Hey Great Sage, what happened? I ask the Great Sage for an explanation on how my body just buffeted out its own dent. Answer. It is the effect of the instinctive skill regeneration. I see, so not only I don't feel any pain, I can also regenerate all the damage I receive. That's broken, though I should still be careful. I think deciding to be more careful from now on. But then, can you hear me, small one? I hear a loud voice that is coming from seemingly everywhere. What should I do? I can't speak, maybe I can do show and tell. No, how's that gonna work? Hey, it is rude to ignore me, you know. I hear the voice this time shouting at me. Hey, stop yelling, I can't talk, so give me a minute baldy, I yell in my mind. Wahahahaha, me baldy, you are a bold little slime. What, you can read my mind? Look, I am sorry for calling you B baldy, you see I'm completely blind. So I'm literally in the dark here. I quickly answer. One eaten Veldora later. From what great sage told me I'll be able to free Veldora after the analysis of the seal is complete. But it will take a whole year. It really is quiet without him. I'll miss you, Veldora Tempest. I say and think back on the exchange me and him had before I eat him. Flashback. Okay, I'm gonna eat you now, I say, preparing to activate my unique skill Predator, but then. Wait a minute. Before you do what you are about to do, let me name you. Veldora. Ha. What good would that do? I ask in interest. Naming a monster gives it a lot more strength and buffs. And if we name each, we will be seen as equals. Interesting, okay, I'm down to do some naming. I say, excited. Alright, now give me a good name. Okay, let's see. Veldora the Storm Dragon Storm. Oh, I know, how about Tempest? I say after some pounding. In my opinion, it sounds epic. That's what you choose after a full minute of thinking. So why you don't like it? I ask while shaking in my slimy boots. It's perfect, from now on I'll be known as the Storm Dragon Veldora Tempest. Talk about over dramatic. So I'll name you Osamu. What do you think? And the name Tempest isn't Rimuru's in this fanfic. The only people using it will be Veldora and Osamu. Rimuru in this fanfic does not have a last name, but I have a plan to change that, so if you guys have a good idea for Rimuru's new last name, please comment. I suck at naming things. Osamu, yes, I like it. I answer happily. Veldora doesn't know Japanese, but the name that he just gave me is a Japanese one, and it means to study. Very well, you will be from now on known as Osamu Tempest, the sworn brother of Veldora Tempest. After his announcement, I feel something deep inside my soul move. It's like the name got engraved on my very soul. Flashback end. Anyway, I know he is still there. We made a promise after all. As I say this, I start looking for the exit Veldora told me about. Time skip. According to Great Sage, it's been 2 weeks since I ate Veldora, and it's been quite lonely without him. I meet a lot of different monsters and got a whole heck of a lot of skills. But no amount of power that I have acquired in the last 2 weeks is gonna help me defeat my greatest enemy. The Great Cave Protector. The one that was tasked with keeping Veldora and any other cruel monster from escaping this cave. The one I am now face to face with. His mere presence makes me feel small and unimportant. And who this mighty be? He is none other than the one, the only, the immovable, the unbreakable wooden doer. Ha! What am I supposed to do now? I don't have any fingers. What am I talking about? There isn't even a door handle to open the door with. As I'm thinking of a solution. The doors suddenly start to rumble and open. Then 3 fingers start to walk inside the door. I don't know how they would react to a talking slime, so I hide behind a pillar and wait. It finally opened. I thought I was gonna have to hit it all day, but it opened. A blonde-haired man says. Hey man, I helped you with my strengthening magic, so don't take all the credit. A blonde girl with a staff says, irritated. You both did good, now come closer. I'm gonna use my skill. The guildmaster told us to check on the storm dragon seal, so don't pick any fights we can't win, okay? The other brown-haired man said. After someone complains from the blonde guy, they all gather up. The brown-haired man smacks his fist and they disappear. What, he can just erase his presence? Imagine the peeping you could do. What a disgusting pervert. I totally want to make friends with later. As I'm thinking of all the different peeping possibilities, I roll in front of the now defeated door guardian and look at the outside world. It's been so long since I've seen the sun. I think while looking at the outside world. Well, it's time to start my new adventure. My name is Osamu Tempest. I got stabbed, died, and got reincarnated as a slime Osamu. In a very cold place far, far away. Time skip 2 weeks. Rimuru. In the ice castle, there are in total of 4 large balconies. There is one at the top of the castle where Guy and Velzard spend most of their time. One is connected to the dining piano room. And the other 2 are each connected to Guy's and Velzard's rooms. I am currently heading toward the piano dining room. Guy ordered me to come downstairs, where according to my senses both Guy and Velzard are chatting. If it is, and it will probably be another one of those days, it will be really entertaining. It's been a few decades since Velzard started her attempts of seducing Guy. And one of them failed horribly. And if watching the most powerful being in this world acting as a young girl in front of her crush isn't the funniest thing in the world, I don't know what is. You see, Guy, even though he is very seductive, has to be one of the densest being in the cosmos. Add that to Velzard's pride as a true dragon that prevents her from telling him her love directly. And you got something straight out of a drama series. Here's the deal, Guy doesn't believe that someone like Velzard would fall in love with him. Well, Velzard wants Guy to fall in love with her so she has an excuse to date him. And how do I know what a drama is? It's simple. For the past hundreds of years, there's been a lot of different humans invading the castle. And I've asked both Misery and Rain to give me the memories of the humans. They always either eat the souls or gave them to Guy, but they didn't need the souls memorize. So with some negotiations they now give me every memory they stumble across. I and Seal discovered a way to use the memorize for entertainment. How? It's because otherworlders have a thing called a TV and it's the best. It has action, horror, and so on. But my and Seal's favorite is drama and anime, but that's not important for now. And that's exactly why I love Guy and Velzard's relationship. It's straight out of a drama series. And I've taken it upon myself to secretly film the two and make a drama series. I currently have enough for a whole season. I've designed a lot of torturing devices for Guy after I win the game, and this one is one of them. And believe me, this will probably be the worst torture Guy will ever experience. Oh, I was kinda the one to start the drama. It was originally a way to stop Guy's advances on me. I was scared that if given enough time Guy would start ordering me to go to bed with him again. So decided to take the risk and slowly manipulate Velzard's feelings for Guy. It was slow but it paid off. Now if Guy even looks at me, Velzard's jealousy levels hit sky high. She then gives Guy a scary look and he stops. It's funny to me that even though they are the most powerful beings in the world, they are still weak to their own emotions. And it has come to the point that Velzard secretly ordered me to always play slow and gentle songs that would make the atmosphere all love-like. That is also how I know she is ready. At first, I didn't have a long-term plan for Velzard's feelings for Guy, but now they seem very useful. 2 wonderful piano pieces later, I eternally sigh. It looks like this is gonna be one of those serious talks. It's short for Velzard won't try any moves on Guy and I play normal music. Also, they have a conversation that will determine the fate of the human race or whatever. I learned to completely separate my mind while playing music so I can play a chess game in my head and play for Ellis at the same time. So I can at least ignore the boring talk. But if I hear anything important I want to know I can still focus and listen. Rimi, I have a report for you. I hear a familiar voice say in my head. Oh look who's home, I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. I say teasingly. I'm happy to finally hear her voice. Okay, I get it, I'm sorry I didn't contact you for 2 weeks straight. Seal says in an apologetic tone. She knows that even though I'm teasing her, I still take her safety seriously. Do you want to tell me this here or in the imaginary space, Rimuru? Imaginary space. I haven't seen you for 2 weeks, I have a lot to tell you. Let's watch a movie afterward. Okay, but I pick the movie. And wait until I'm back in my room. Even though it's boring, I hate to do it in the middle of a concert. I say happy that I'll get to spend some time with Seal. Okay, just make sure it is a good movie and not one of those weird ones. Seal says with some pouting in her voice. See you there, love. I say smiling. See you there, Rimi. She responds and teleports herself to the imaginary space. I better hurry up, I don't want her waiting for me. I think and turn my attention to the piano. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day, bye.